This is Queenstown, Maryland. Not too far from where the outlets are, but this is not the outlets area. This is the actual Queenstown, Maryland. And we're on Main Street in another teeny tiny small town. And that is not an insult. I think these teeny tiny towns are quite charming and quite beautiful. So we'll start our walk today at St. Luke's Chapel. I know that car was going way too fast. Established 1842 here in Queenstown. Hope you have your bingo cards out, because I think, again, this surprising little teeny tiny town is going to check off a lot of squares on our bingo card. This is quite beautiful. We'll get a closer look here of this chapel. We're on the eastern shore of Maryland in Queen Anne's County, in Queenstown, in Queen Anne's County. On Saturday, we were in Centerville, the county seat of Queen Anne's County, and this is Queenstown, little teeny tiny town. Just off of Maryland Route 50 and Maryland Route 301, actually. With a lot of history here on the shore, dating all the way back to colonial times, pre-revolution, here on the eastern shore of Maryland. We'll take one last look here. I hope everyone has their Main Street bingo cards out. This is historic church, so mark that off your bingo card. 1842. That counts as an historic church. We're here on Main Street. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Let us know where you're from. This is where we're beginning our small town walk this evening here at the church. And I already know where we're going to end, because as I came up Main Street, I saw the signs for food trucks Friday night, and I could smell the pit beef. So we'll definitely end at the food trucks. Hey, Bubba Jet, great to see you. Oh, from Michigan, great to see you. We're here in Maryland on the Eastern Shore in the teeny tiny town of Queenstown, Maryland. We're doing Main Street bingo. So on the bingo card, historic church, we've already passed the historic church. St. Luke's, established in 1842. We'll see what else we can check off on the bingo card. It's a beautiful night. Finally, the humidity is broken. It's been so unusually humid here in Maryland, obviously for September. It's really odd to be so humid. And yeah, this is a main street that is called Main Street, which is pretty cool. Sun is setting sooner every day. Fall is coming. I'm a winter person myself. And I hope everybody has something fun planned for the weekend. Now, it might be hard to see because I'm shooting into the sun, but there's a water tower right there. It says Queenstown on it, and we get to check that off our bingo card as well. Water tower, bottom left-hand square. This is the second one in a row that we've had a water tower. That's pretty cool. Some beautiful old homes here. Really quiet small town. Quite lovely. And we'll get up to some historic homes in just a second. I'm like shooting straight into the sun, or trying to avoid that. So I'll walk past this home on the left, and then I'll turn back around so that we're not shooting into the sun. So this one says it is the historic Sherwood House, built in 1869. Again, for Maryland, that's pretty historic and pretty old. I know for my friends in Europe, it's not. But for us, 1869 is definitely an historic home. And you can see the horse posts. I think those are more decorative horse posts up near the door. If they were utilitarian, they would be right on the street. But they're not. I'll cross over. We'll have to do some research and learn about the Sherwood House. But I crossed the street because I wanted to get a picture of this one. This is currently a spa and yoga studio. It's called Salt here in Queenstown. Look at that architecture. Look at those beautiful windows. Those are historic windows. If you can't tell, it's the wavy glass. It's beautiful. Could have been a drugstore. I'm going to guess a drugstore back in the day. It just has that feel to it. With those big windows, the decorative woodwork around the windows. And then look on the second floor. Look at the color scheme on the second floor and the intricate carving with those flowers under the pillars. And I like the fact that it uses multiple colors to set off those flowers. That's quite beautiful. Now, I'm wondering if this is a bridal party. All coming to the spa. Or it's a yoga class. And they're not carrying their mats, so I don't think it's a yoga class for sure. But I'm going to cross over in a second. Hope everybody's doing well. Hi, Farik. This is Queenstown, Maryland, on the eastern shore of Maryland. And there's a really good look at the water tower. Why am I filming people? I'm doing a Main Street walk. We're playing Main Street Bingo. And we've already passed the historic church. And there's the water tower there, so we can take those off the list. I think we have Firehouse on the list, and I don't think it has to be historic. So here's the fire station, Queenstown number 3. Volunteer Fire Department, established in 1934. And we get to take a look inside. And get away from the sun a bit. Engine number 3. That's a fun paint scheme with the Maryland flag on the grill there. Pretty cool. So engine number 3, rescue number 3, engine 33, engine 32. Queenstown Fire Department. Volunteer Fire Department number 3. And there's another good look at that. Water tower. So here's the sign I saw when I came here. Food trucks right now. And you can smell it. So that's definitely where we're going to end our day today, is visiting the food trucks just up the road here. This building is the bank, and I'm going to keep zigging and zagging. But before I cross over, I'll take a look at this one. In some of these homes, probably built in the early 1900s. Those that aren't obviously historic, you know, beyond earlier than 1900, I should say. And this is kind of the crossroads here. This is kind of the heart of the main street. Not a town square. Maybe we'll count it. We'll see. Here's the bank. I do not think this will not qualify for a historic bank for the purposes of our bingo. So this is not a bank as a bank situation here. It is a bank, for sure. But it doesn't count as a historic bank. You can see all the food trucks over there. So we'll definitely be over there. But yeah, the Queenstown Bank of Maryland. Right there. I mean, it's a really pretty spot. Got the flag there. But not historic of the age that we typically see on some of these main streets, where we definitely see a building, that dates back to the late 1800s or the early 1900s. This is definitely mid 1900s architecture. And over here, how convenient. I mean, this is definitely a walking little town. We've got the post office right here at the center of town. So we'll check that off our Main Street bingo. One more look back at that water tower. This is the most adorable town. I don't want to insult anyone. I don't want anyone to hear me calling it adorable, but it's freaking adorable. Oh, there's lemonade over there too. Okay, I'm doing the food trucks. I'm doing the lemonade. 100%. We're so lucky here in the United States, all across the United States. I will never, ever be able to film every single little small town that is as beautiful as this one. There are thousands of them. But these beautiful little communities are so important to our history, to our future. Now, right here, this is the one we came for. The old courthouse of Queen Anne's County. Now, the county seat currently is Centerville, Maryland. We visited there last Saturday. And the courthouse there is the Queen Anne's County Courthouse. This is the colonial courthouse, dating to 1708, with a lot of history here. The frame section of the structure dates to 1708, consistent with other Maryland courthouses in size, form, character, and materials. The brick section was added 1820 to 1840. Laws in the 18th century mostly were enforced by fines, but records show that more serious punishments were given. In 1718, a whipping post was erected at Queenstown. Some were subjected to lashing, time in the stocks, branding, or execution by hanging in Gallows Field, south of the courthouse. Wow. Okay. Okay, Teddy, I appreciate you sharing that. I'm going to hide that one, though. I appreciate you sharing. All right, let's get a look at this old courthouse building. So the wooden frame structure is the oldest part, dating to 1708. And then the brick structure was built in the very early 1800s. Hi, Paula. Nice to see you. We're in Queenstown, Maryland, on the eastern shore in Queen Anne's County. So the Queen of Queenstown is Queen Anne, named before the Revolution, of course. This part of Maryland has really deep roots in the American Revolution and pre-revolutionary time. And this was the courthouse. This is pretty cool. So the sign said that south of this building, which would be in the direction I'm pointing, would have had a gallows for hangings. That's quite serious. Quite serious. It's a quiet little small town here. I think the neighbors are all coming out for the food trucks, as I will be, for sure. I want to get a glimpse of this wooden structure here with the tin roof on this corner. I don't see a marker on this structure, but I'm going to guess very early 1800s on this one, or late 1700s on this beautiful wooden home. Really nice. You'll find these scattered throughout the streets here in Queenstown. mixed in with newer homes. But the newer homes are definitely designed kind of, you know, honoring or at least mixing in with the old historic architecture. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. Happy Friday. Thank goodness the weekend's here. I'm out on a Friday night. I never go out on a Friday night. I'm usually out on a weekday evening after work in Washington, D.C., but because it's going to rain all day tomorrow, I won't be able to get out. So after work today, I hit the shore and got out here to take a look at some historic architecture. This is about an hour and a half from Washington, D.C., hour and a half from Baltimore. And this is Queenstown, Maryland. Hi, Ark. Nice to meet you from India. Wow. And here we're back to the main crossroads. This is the town office of Queenstown. And let me get out of this sun. Trying to angle away from the sun, but it's not so easy at sunset. So the town motto, Parvus Urb ad is Aquia. Okay, I'll have to look that one up. Don't know Parvus. Urb, I think, is the world. Ad is Aquia is the water, of course. Don't know what that means, so we'll have to look that up. But this is the town office. We'll get a little closer and see when this building was built. And another one right next to it. That's quite beautiful. Thank you, Ark. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is not my normal streaming evening, but it might be the only one I can do in the next few days because of the rain. But that's okay. It'll give me the opportunity to edit. I have thousands of hours of editing to do. I have, oh my gosh, I have a long form video. Well, not a long form, an edited video on the, hi. I'm doing great. How are you? Oh, good. And when was your home built? Do you know? Wait, what? When was your home built? Do you know? This one in 2019. Oh, so it's not a historic home. The bones are both, don't put me on. You're not. I'm doing the houses. That's why but it's so great here because among all the historic homes, the newer homes blend in, and you've honored the architecture, which is 100%. Super awesome. So yeah, I'm doing a kind of an up and down and then heading to the food trucks because I'm heading there too. It smells so good. Oh my gosh. Thank you for chatting with me. I appreciate it. And so then the brick structures are mixed in with the wooden structures. These are always characteristic of the early 1800s, usually before, prior to the Civil War. Again, I don't see a marker on this one. This was kind of an ad hoc trip, so we'll have to look this one up. But I'm going to venture to guess 1830s for this one. It just has that feel. Tin roof, brick, federal style, all for it. Hello, Napoleon. Nice to meet you. We're in the small town of Queenstown, Maryland. And we're doing a little architectural tour down Main Street, checking out the historic homes that date way back to the 1700s. And for us here, that's old. Hi, Emily. Hey, Stork. Nice to see you. Look at this one. I think what's also interesting, I'm not in the middle of the road. Well, I kind of am. What's really interesting is the styles are so different. So what a mix. We looked at a very traditional sort of federal style brick. We saw the original courthouse dating to 1707. Wooden and a stone, part wooden, part stone. And then check this one out. Just amazing. It's for sale. Oh my gosh. What I could do with this. It's for sale. If I had a dream home on every main street. If only. We're going to take a little walk down to the water and then back up Main Street and finish our day at the food trucks because we've earned it once we get there. Emily, Stork, Napoleon, tell us where you're from. It's great to see you. I do these little walks usually in the middle of the week, like a Tuesday, Wednesday, usually in Washington, D.C. because it's where I'm working. And then one weekend morning, but tomorrow it is supposed to rain all day. So I broke the habit and came in on a Friday night to do a small town bingo. And to recap, we started at the historic church. So we've got that square. We saw the water tower. Yep, we can still see it from here. So we saw the water tower, so we've got that square. We passed the fire station. So we got that one. Post office, got that one. When we get to the town square, we'll look at a few things in the little town square that we might be able to check off on the bingo card. Sadly, we can't count the bank. It is a lovely bank. It is, it looks great. There's a flag in front. It's brick, but it's too modern to count for the bingo card. For the bingo card, the bank has to be a historic bank. Queenstown boat landing. Awesome. And the public works facility. So if we're really quiet, we might see some birds, typical of the eastern shore of Maryland. Let's see what we can see. So this is just a nice little walk up to the water. Little tiny tributary heading into the Chesapeake Bay. So Kent Island is in the middle of Chesapeake Bay. Heading from Washington, D.C. or Baltimore, you go over the Bay Bridge, the Chesapeake Bay Bridge, then Kent Island, then over the Kent Narrows Bridge, over here to the eastern shore. This is quite peaceful. Peaceful and beautiful. There we go, white heron, I think, if I'm right. That's a heron. I'll stay really still. See what kind of birds we can see. I live on the western shore in Anne Arundel County, just south of Baltimore City. And so sometimes we do get a few of these shorebirds. We have osprey, heron, osprey, some heron. Yeah, we see a blue heron once in a while. Not sure if that's a heron or a cormorant. Lance! Hey, it's great to see you. Well, get over here, Lance. I gave Tomby and Tam a tour of Washington, D.C. We did a power walk from the Capitol all the way to the White House and beyond. It was and we had really great weather. So Lance, I hope you get over here. I am your tour guide. But this is a little tiny town. I'm on the eastern shore. I am in Queenstown, Maryland. And this was not a scheduled stream. This is an emergency stream because it's going to rain all day tomorrow. So I won't get out. I'm just here checking out these birds. I don't know if you can see them, but that white, I think it's a heron. My dad would kill me. He is a bird guy. So not entirely sure that white one, but I can see in a distance, you probably can't see it. I can see a big blue heron in the distance, but it's not going to pick up on this camera. Lance, what are you up to? I'm sorry I don't get to join your streams. You're streaming while I'm still working most of the time. I don't get home anymore until like 7:30 our time here. So sometimes I stick around Washington, D.C. to try to avoid the traffic. And that's why I do my little streams in D.C. so that I'm not leaving there until like 6:30. Otherwise, I sit in traffic forever. But I hope you're doing well. This is quite a peaceful little spot here. We're on Main Street in Queenstown, Maryland, on the beautiful eastern shore of Maryland. If you're not sure where that is, look it up on the map. Maryland is the weird state. Check out the shape of the state of Maryland. It is the most bizarre shape of any state. It's almost bisected by the Chesapeake Bay. Chesapeake Bay is the world's largest estuary. So the biodiversity we have here is immense. And I think a lot of people here take that for granted. We have more species of birds and fish and all kinds of other things than many other states combined. So we're truly blessed here. All right, I will stop staring at the beautiful nature and get back to the beautiful architecture here on our main street. We'll get up to that town square. And then I'm going to end the stream at the food trucks because I've earned it today. That big blue heron is so, I know you can't see it on the stream. It's just chilling, doing its thing. Get bit by a bug again. Tell you what, it does not matter what time of year it is. The mosquitoes come after me. Hi, bud. How are you? Good. Little dude on his little bike. All right, so we're coming back up to the one that's for sale. Oh my God, can you imagine? I can. I can completely imagine being in this one. On this really quiet main street. This is a teeny tiny small town, and that's not an insult. This would be just quiet enough, but just close enough. Now this is the view that you get coming from the main road. So the main road, Maryland Route 50, as you're heading to the beaches, and then you make your way north on Route 301, then you're here on this main street. Now here's that Federal again. No date on this one. Obviously historic. Truly beautiful. I know, I keep saying that. Do we count this as a historic lamppost? Maybe. Maybe. Let's see if we see more. Yeah, there's more over there. Okay, we'll count that as the lamppost for our bingo card. So we're doing okay for the bingo card. Another view at the post office. I mean, this is it. This is the center of town right here. Post office, bank, town office, black squirrel, black squirrel. We don't get many of those. Town office here. Again, founded 1707. Yard sale, October 4th. Queenstown community. Don't have a date on this building. But I mean, this is the shot right here. The post office, the flags, the water tower. We started out at the historic church. And over there, that building there, 1707, the original courthouse for this original town. Built in 1707, the oldest, I'm gonna guess the oldest structure here. But we're gonna finish up here at the food trucks today. Hi, good evening. Perfect timing for the food trucks. Now we've seen these signs before in different parts of Maryland's Eastern Shore. And I mean, when we were at Fort McHenry in Baltimore, the Star Spangled Banner Trail, all of the historic sites related to the War of 1812. Hey, Holocron, nice to see you. We're in Queenstown on an emergency stream because we can't stream tomorrow, it's gonna rain. But we've seen these signs detailing the history around the War of 1812 in this part of Maryland. So one more for our bingo card, the town clock. Holocron, if you've got your bingo card out, town clock, check. I think this is a full bingo here today. Definitely think it's a full bingo. There should be bonus points for food trucks. We do bonus points for, what am I trying to say? Farmers markets, when they're happening. Definitely bonus points for food trucks. This is what we need to do. It's barbecue, it's pit beef, pulled pork. Well, you can see a theme here. It's T&D Fusion. I don't know what that is. We'll check that out. And then here, another historic marker, and this one referencing the Civil War and the history of Queenstown and really most of Maryland divided loyalties during the Civil War. Awesome. Well, this has been a really quick emergency live stream today. We won't be live streaming tomorrow. Weather's going to be bad, but I need desperately to edit tomorrow. So that's what's going to be happening. Please do join us for Film Club tomorrow at 3 p.m. The film, it's a heavy one. It's Casualties of War with Michael J. Fox. So please tune in on Stasis Geeks channel at 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time for Film Club. Oh, it is, yeah, it's not. It is Town Clock. We won't dock any points for it not actually being correct. Yeah, because it's 5:40 here in East Coast time. But I think this is the kind of the shot to end on. Nah, it's going to be the water tower. If I was on the other side of the street, you'd get to see the firehouse. But we've had a really successful Main Street bingo on a really fast emergency stream tonight. I hope everyone has a fabulous night, a fantastic weekend. Hope to see you for Film Club. Take care.